I have never pulled an all-nighter in my architecture school and all my friends hated me for it. When you think about architecture, you often imagine sleepless nights and zombie-like exhaustion. Work pressure demands us to stay up all night and complete the submission. But guess what? I managed to get through my degree without sacrificing my sleep. Curious about how I did it? The answer is in this video, and if you watch it till the end, you would understand how to do it. So let's dive in. Think back to your own college experience. Were you constantly racing against the deadlines? And what was your biggest struggle? For many architecture students, time management is a task, but does it have to be that way? When you enter into architecture, you are all excited. You learn new subjects, do small tasks and submission. It's all fun at start. And then things starts to pile up. When things start to pile up, it is a sign that your current approach might need some adjustments. Start by reflecting on what specific task or project is causing stress. Thankfully, I realized it early on that to avoid all this dreaded all-nighters, I need a solid strategy. But if you think I was a boring and a dull student and I didn't have a college life, you're wrong, my friend. I also did other co-curricular activities because of time management. The only idea which I followed was finish the task in hand first, which gave me ample amount of time to do other work. Which brings us to our first lesson. Prioritize and plan. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by a task? Not knowing where to start? Then prioritizing can be a game changer for you. I use this system which helped me categorize tasks into these 4 areas. Urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. Okay, let me explain how it helped me. If a project had a tight deadline, it is important and urgent. Tasks like research with a long timeline went into important but not urgent. By focusing on what mattered the most, I avoided last minute rushes and it kept my stress level in check. In short, I started with the hardest task first or one with the tight deadline, thinking that it is hard to achieve and it needed more attention. Many students fail to identify this, which is okay because no one is perfect. Even I am still learning it now. But it's about consistently refining your approach. As you keep practicing prioritizing your tasks, you will find it easier to manage your workflow efficiently. And in my next segment, I'll explain you how to improve it. Routine and consistency, the key to balance. Do you have a routine that keep you on track? My college finished at 1 p.m. While many stayed at the studio to complete their work, I had a different approach. I would head home, have my lunch, take a nap, and start my work at 4 p.m. This routine allowed me to finish my work at around 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., which gave me ample of time to chill, catch up a movie, or hang out with my friends. Consistency was crucial. By sticking to this routine, I created a manageable rhythm. This approach wasn't just about getting through tasks. It was also about setting up workflow that kept me productive without sacrificing my personal time. But we have to agree that everyone's routine will look different. I adapted this approach in my first year, but you can adopt a different approach which is best suitable for you. The key is to find balance that works for you and then you can stick to it. But regularly assess your routine and make few changes around it. But of course, doing all these routine and everything for all long 5 years in architecture school would be boring. So how to make it exciting? Let's figure out what I did in my next segment. Making mundane tasks enjoyable. A personal touch. How do you make boring tasks bearable? Have you ever written a journal of a subject called Theory of Structures or even Building Services? Fresh graduates or fourth year writes will relate to it. These are one of the most boring journals you will write in your entire life. Though these subjects are important, but writing these journals are overwhelming. Add me to that list. But for me, even writing these boring journals were a drag. I combined it with something I loved. Discovering new music. Now you will say how these two things are related. Let me tell you. I used to listen to new and fresh tracks on YouTube while journaling, which turned a boring and tedious task into something fun. This small trick made a huge difference for me. By integrating something enjoyable in a routine task, I maintained my motivation and made my work sessions more pleasant. What are your strategies for making a mundane task more exciting? Share those tips in the comments. Of course, you do not need to make every task enjoyable, but integrating elements you like can make you stay more engaged. Think about what you enjoy and try to incorporate them in your daily tasks. But there is more to it. Let's talk about more things which can help you out. Unconventional time management strategies. Let's explore some less common but highly effective time management strategies. These might seem unconventional, but they can make the biggest impact in your life. First is the 2-minute rule. This technique, popularized by David Arnold, is simple. It says if a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This prevents small tasks from piling up and becoming overwhelming. Try applying this rule to your daily to-do list. You might be surprised how much you can clear out in a short time. Somehow I followed this rule without knowing who popularized it. But now we all know. Which brings us to our second tip, time blocking with Pomodoro variations. While the traditional Pomodoro technique involves 25-minute work sessions with 5-minute breaks, but you can customize it. For example, try 50 minutes of work with 10 minutes of break. This might align better with your natural focus rhythm. You can also experiment with different intervals and see what works best for you. I have never tried this. Moreover, I have taken random breaks, but I think this is the more structured way of taking breaks, and this will definitely help me to manage my workflow. Which brings us to our next unconventional tip, reverse planning technique. This is my favorite. Start by visualizing your end goal and work backwards to outline the steps needed to achieve it. This method helps you to clarify the path you need to take and can make complex projects feel more manageable. It's like creating a roadmap from your destination to your current location. The next one helped me into creating content. The theme days approach. Designate specific days of week for different types of work. For example, Monday could be dedicated to research, Tuesday could be about design, and so on. This method helps you to focus deeply on one type of task at a time and reduces the mental fatigue of constantly switching gears. I post on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram daily. And for starters, you should all follow me on all these pages. The links are in the description. And coming back to the tip, like I post content on LinkedIn, read my emails, and post something on YouTube around at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I record the content for Instagram at around 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. and post lunch, I spend my time editing them. Even this YouTube video is recorded at around 12 p.m. And even if after all this I have time, I learn new editing techniques, I write cold emails, I do some other tasks in hand. Which brings us to our next tip, forward planning. Get ahead of time. This tip can help you when you feel stressed. It generally starts when things start piling up, and we start with the thing we architects are best at, is to procrastinate. Hence, I guess forward thinking is best curated for us overthinkers. Let me tell you my story. By the time I reached my final year, I had already picked and researched about my thesis topic, and it all started before my internship. This proactive approach gave me an head start. Being prepared in advance allowed me to refine my ideas and my approach even before the final semester began. While others were scrambling to meet deadlines, I was more focused on enhancing my project. Forward planning not only reduced my stress, but also helped me to improve my work. It also gave me more time to think about a concept, what site should I choose, and gave me enough time to watch movies. I can go on and on and on about my thesis topic, how I selected it, how I chose my site, but this is altogether a different topic. But if you are interested to know more about thesis, what topic to choose, let me know in the comments and I will come up with a full video. Moving on to the thing which I was most hated for in my architecture school, not pulling an all-nighter. Balancing act beyond the all-nighter. Well, effective time management is more than just avoiding an all-nighter. It's about creating a balanced lifestyle where you can excel professionally and academically while still enjoying your personal time. By adopting these strategies, you can maintain high productivity and well-being throughout your college years and into your careers. Remember, no one is perfect. Everyone has their own process for managing time. And what had worked for me might not work for you, and that is okay. I did well. I did all these things and it made me happy that I could share it with you. I wish I could have got same kind of guidance back then. But if you have your own strategies, your own experience, please do not forget to drop them in the comments. I would love to know how you manage time, and if the strategies can help others, I would also try to adopt them and add them in my workflow. And if you're struggling to manage time, take a page from my experience and use these strategies. Prioritizing tasks, developing a routine, making mundane tasks more enjoyable, plan ahead, and use these unconventional techniques to stay on track. You can manage your time and you can avoid all-nighters. That is okay if everyone hates you for it. Thank you all for watching this video till the end. Do not forget to like and put down a comment. Please share this video with your friend and subscribe to our channel. And yes, do not forget that bell icon, okay? Please hit that so that you would get a notification of our newest architectural videos. Also, before going, do check out the description for all our social media handles and do not forget to follow us there as well. Bye.